again, this is the green flag is out for the Pro White.
And this is Kyle. We are Outlaw Productions, once again filming for the CSRA.
Yeah, we're out here for the final event of the season at Horseshoe Vally Ski Resort just north of Barrie. We came up here late last night. There was some night racing underneath the lights, fireworks. Jimmy Blaze is back in the area throwing out some backflips. Track's huge and it's looking real tight.
Time flies when you're having fun. We've been all the way from Sault Ste. Marie to Quebec, and here we are once again looking for a great day.
Now we're going to go jump into some interviews, go talk to some teams, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, Kyle down here in the Bailey Motorsports rig, talking to Stu Hunt today. Now, Stu, we've had a long weekend so far, an even longer season. Why don't you talk about and tell us what's been going on this season for you guys?
Yeah, overall, it's been a really good season. Everybody's healthy, and we're here at the last weekend, so shut some wood. Everybody comes out all right, but it's been a good season. A lot of good victories, podiums, some solid rides from riders that have just joined the team.
Why don't we talk a little bit about the highs and lows of this season? Definitely the highest points being, I mean, obviously getting on the podium and stuff, but who was that? And the lows of, you know, the trials and tribulations of what happened with your race team this year?
Yeah, we didn't have too many lows. I guess one would be my son. He blew out his knee in Rouen and had to sit out 6 weeks before he came back, but that's healed up, and so he's back at it past few rounds. And highs, actually everybody's touched on the podium this year, except for Matt, our semi-pro rider, but he's had some solid rides, some top 3 motos. Just he's hoping for that one final where he can put it all together and jump up on the podium, so he's got today to do it.
But for next year, what's your plan for new riders, staff, and everyone else on the team?
Yeah, well, hopefully the core will be back, and we're looking to bring on a pro rider next year. We've had Stahl Egan come over from Norway for a couple rounds, so we've got his interest for sure, but we definitely will be adding a pro.
All right, everybody, keep an eye out for those Bailey Motorsports sleds out there.
Thanks a lot.
All right, everybody, I'm here with Ryan from Bailey Motorsports, and we're talking mainly of this conclusion of this weekend here in Barrie. And why don't you tell everyone how not only the track was, but the racing and how everyone came out. What was your experience like here in Barrie?
You know, it was really good. The track's really fun. It's really big. I like how they expanded to make the track really challenging with the downhill. It's really challenging actually just because the doubles are really hard to do down the hill. So basically if you don't do them, you lose lots of time, and I just like how Rick did a nice job on the track.
Definitely. Then do you think this was overall a great season for everyone, or how was the adventure and the experience for you?
Yeah, it was a good season for me. I started off the year winning all my classes, and then unfortunately I got a knee injury, so I had to sit out, but then I got healthy and strong again, came back, and then got a win in I think Sudbury, so that was my goal, to come back and win. And
definitely. And do you have any intentions for next season or anything?
Yeah, definitely getting into the sport class. I want to definitely do good and just stay consistent and go for winning the sport class next year.
Well, you heard it, guys. Check them out.
All right, I'm here with Matt Saracini, number 23 for the Bailey Motorsports racing team. Matt, how do you feel you've done this season now that it's come to an end?
It was a good season. It was a long season. I'm ready for the summertime, that's for sure. It was fun. I wish I did a little bit better, you know, some problems with the equipment throughout the year.
Yeah.
But it was good, it was fun. I'm ready for summer though.
Well, you've still got a day to go of racing, day 3 here at Horseshoe Valley. So what are your goals for today?
I'd like to get on the box, that's for sure, but top 5 would be a good goal for me, I think, and you know, just staying on the sled, staying safe the last race of the year. You know?
All right, well, let's talk about who got you here. Who do you want to thank?
My Uncle Stu for sure. Everyone that helps with Bailey, Bailey Metal, HMK, Stud Boy, H2R, my mechanics Glenn and Adam, and everyone else who helped us out.
All right, well, best of luck to you out there today, and we look forward to seeing you race next year.
Thank you.
As certain as the sun rises and sets around the world, OTS FF Group is dedicated to providing flexible, comprehensive, and reliable transportation solutions. Air transportation, ground transportation, and ocean freight, we offer innovative and custom-built packages specifically designed to meet your transportation needs. OTS FF Group has been keeping shipments moving globally for nearly 2 decades. OTS FF Group, flexible logistics services designed for you.
Welcome back, race fans. It's time for your view in the driver's seat with our Outlaw Productions Hot Lap. Courtesy of the number 29 sled, Stuart Hunt. We're strapping him up with the GoPro Hero 3 to give you viewers a first-hand look at this track. The ski hills are groomed and ready for the riders as Stuart approaches his first set of moguls. Sharp hairpin to the left causes the riders to decrease speed. Few well-placed jumps leading into a right turn. Here we find ourselves on a straightaway to crank that throttle. As we make ourselves up the hill, various twists and turns keep the riders busy and focused. Under the ski lift as we hit the peak here, and a left turn to present the wonderful scenic view of Horseshoe Valley. This downward slope is extremely steep. Notice how Stuart has his hands busy while easing on and off the clutch. Too much power and you may be coming into contact with a tree. Hairpin to the right, a brief upward, yet another 180, and it's back down at fast speed. Final S here as we make our way to the finish line. And that last big air brings us good luck.
We'll be right back right after this quick commercial break.
With flips and twists and whips for days, the crowd was fired up for Jimmy Blaze.
Forget your life, you gotta shoes. Forget your life, you gotta shoes. Have a cigarette, have a few. Forget your life, you gotta shoes. Forget your life, you gotta shoes. Forget your life, you gotta shoes. Have a drink, have a few. Forget your life, walking blues.
Race fans, it's time for your Moto 1 results from the Saturday edition of Horseshoe Valley. Kicking things into gear with the pro women's race. These riders are desperately racing for a spot for that Ford F-150 prize. In the end, Moto 1 goes to Angela Vakina with 95 points. Jump into gear with the Pro Light Series for Moto 1. These kids are kicking into gear fast and racing hard. Coming out with the victory was Jacob Gervais,
Number 151.
with 80 points. And to the big league with the Pro Open class. These riders are busting up these hills at full speed, and out comes Ian Hayden with the win with 83 points. Stay tuned for your Moto 2 results coming up shortly. And we are back with your Moto 2 results, fans. Here we start off with the Pro Women's class for Moto 2. Riders are crushing through the snow, desperately trying to make their ways up the hill and back down. Pulling over the finish line is Angela Vakina with 95 points in total. And now to the Pro Light Series. These kids are hungry for action, and this is what we've got. A few sled difficulties, as you can see here. And our Moto 2 winner for the Pro Light Series is Brandon Bradbury from Yellowknife with 76 points. And the big boys coming out, Pro Open class, Moto 2 heat. Soaring through the air without little effort. Coming out on top of the Moto 2 Pro Open class was number 115, David Joennes.
Also attending the event this year was Polaris, showing their new lineup of sleds and razors. They had staff on hand to answer all your questions. Right back after this quick word from our sponsors.
For over 60 years, the Barrie Group of companies has served Canada's construction, automotive, and retail markets, combining hard work, leadership, and unrivaled customer service. With 8 locations across Canada, our manufacturing capacity and national presence ensures that our customers across the country have the lightweight steel products they require. Canadian-owned and family-operated, trust the name built on a family creed of integrity, honesty, and respect. We are a proud sponsor of the Barrie Motorsports team and congratulate them on their growing success on the Snowcross circuits.
Alright race fans, welcome back to the Pro Women's Final here, day 2 at Horseshoe Valley, getting ready to launch off the line. It's going to be Alexa Callan taking the quick little hole shot, but Angela Vakina jumping right up her side, taking off and getting ahead of the rest of the pack. These two have been battling all season. It's great to see them being so close and so tight, even right down to the wire here at the season finale weekend for the CSRA. Angela's just kind of maxed out of her points. She's got a nice comfortable gap, nice lead on the rest of the field, and she's definitely going to be enjoying herself out here this final weekend for the CSRA, and more than likely coming back next year to claim another championship title. But as we can see here, the girls are making their way up the hill. Lindsey Warrington and Brittany Thompson battling for the third spot, and these guys, I mean, it's been a close race all year. With Angela and Alexa just kind of taking off and leaving the rest of the pack behind, it's left a big door open for the rest of the girls fighting for that third spot, for the final podium spot. And, you know, Brittany Thompson's come out quite a bit on top this year. She's really done well for herself. Should be very proud of her accomplishments running up in the top 3 with Angela and Alexa. So we're going to keep going on with this racing here. We got Angela and Alexa just kind of shooting up this hill here, going back down through the hairpin 180. And the girls are slowly kind of falling back, but you can see like the battle for third is heating up. I mean, we got 4 riders, almost 5 riders there, all competing for that third spot. Angela's going to come back down through here for the bottom 2 turns of the track here at Horseshoe and come around and get that first lap down. Now, these laps are going to be a little bit shorter on this track this year just because the enormous size of it. You know, it's going to take a lot out of you to get up and down this hill. It's going to take a lot out of the sled, too. These sleds are constantly being maintained and monitored by their mechanics, and I would have to say for the CSRA, there's got to be a lot of good mechanics out there because these sleds always taking a pounding, always back up on the lines, and always ready to go for these riders. So I think to the riders, you know, big hats off to all their mechanics for doing such a great job throughout the season. And with the racing still going on here, we got Angela Vachito coming back up the other side of the hill here. Kind of struggles through this section through here. It's got tricky because it gets really deep. You know, it ruts up really hard, and it makes a good opportunity for someone to catch up like Alexa's been doing. She's not letting her get too far off the pace here, but the really interesting thing is this battle for third. We got Kendall Knox, Lindsey Warrington, and Brittany Thompson all just kind of giving her back up the hill here. No one's giving any leeway, and I think it's going to make for an exciting finish for third spot. But Angela coming back down through the Rockstar rollers here with Alexa. Alexa's making up a little bit more speed again, so I mean we might even see a battle for first coming in here if Angela just doesn't get steamrolled and get away from her. So keeping a close eye on third there. Angela launching back down into the Amsoil launch here, and down to the final 2 corners. We're going to come around for lap number 2, and let's just take a moment. We're going to watch this and just kind of follow and see how everything's panning out for the riders. Now, really another interesting part of this track too is after they take off from their launch and head down the straightaway here, they come up over 2 tabletops, back down to hairpin 180. But as you're coming back, like you can see Angela, you can see there, you can see who's behind you and who's catching up, and you can also use those flags and those ramps as markers. You know, kind of watch how fast and you're setting the pace over the other riders, or if they're setting a higher pace than you and catching back up. So Angela obviously doing a very good job because every time she comes around, the riders just seem to keep falling back further and further. But it's Alexa Callan who's just not giving up in this fight to chase down Angela, reel her in, and get that #1 spot here today for the Pro Women's Final. So we got Kendall Knox, Lindsey Warrington, Brittany Thompson, and Stephanie Willis, the number 803, kind of getting up on one ski there, but holding it together. Kind of slows her down a bit, but she's kind of catching up with that pack for the battle for third. So, I mean, could always make things more interesting. So coming back down through the Rockstar rollers here, Alexa Callan and Angela Vachito. Vachito already taken right off back up that hill, looking great. I mean, it's just been an amazing ride for Angela this whole season. Just taking win after win, and I mean that's what you want from a returning champion. You know, you kind of come out of a break or a retirement, I guess you could call it, but you know, she comes back looking better than ever, and she's gonna get that red plate back on her sled real soon. So coming around here for her final lap, and just kind of gonna take it a little bit easy, but obviously still gonna set that pace for Alexa to try and catch up and take that #1 spot away from her. So firing back down the straightaway here, looking real good, and it's this battle for third. You know, I think it's got everyone's eyes kind of fixed on for the track, because it's Lindsey Warrington, Kendall Knox, and these two, I mean, they've been racing together for quite a long time, and they know strengths and weaknesses of each other, but they're just not going to give it up. So Angela coming back down, passing them on the opposite side. She knows that she's got a comfortable lead. She's going to, you know, play it safe, not do anything too risky, but coming up this uphill, it's tricky as always, as you can just still see these ruts are getting deeper and deeper. So she's kind of throwing her weight around, making her way back up the hill, and she's just going to be looking for that checkered flag for that finish, because I am sure that everyone in this race is tired. So And as you can see, the battle for third, I mean, the top two girls, Alexa and Angela, they're already off to the other side of the hill, and we got our number 3 spots still open, and there's still plenty of time, at least over half a track left for those guys to, you know, shift and shuffle around and figure out who's going to take that third spot. So Alexa and Angela just kind of finishing up the last quarter of the track here. Angela still looking strong, looking good, and coming back down the hill. Alexa almost making up a little bit more time, but it's not going to be enough. Probably needed a couple more laps just to hold tight and take it back. So Angela taking a look over her shoulder there just to see where Alexa is, knowing that she's safe coming around to the final turn here. Going to take the checkered flag for the Pro Women's Final here on Saturday. We're going to send it down to Kate for the post-race interview.
All right, I'm here with Angela Vicchino, number 55 from Timmins, Ontario. Angela, what did you think about the track today down here at Horseshoe Valley?
I thought the track was pretty fun. Our first 2 motos, it was really rough, which I really enjoyed. The final was a little bit smoother, but I still made it work with a great hole shot, and from there I led it to the checkered flag, so it was another great day.
Yeah, no, you did great. All right, so day 2 tomorrow, what are your plans?
Hopefully to do the exact same thing and wrap up the championship. It's been a fantastic season racing with the girls. Everybody's really started to pick up their game in that class, so it's really nice to see. So I just want another successful day like the last 2 we've had.
Yeah, no, you've been doing great, absolutely giving her. So it looks like that Ford F-150 is almost in your grasp, so good luck to you.
Thank you very much. It's looking more and more promising for sure. Thanks to the CSRA and everybody out here. It's been a great event.
Fantastic.
Races on the line. Waiting for the green light. Waiting. There we go. Green light is underway. Roll lights on. Mason drops the whole shot. Mason, Shea, moving up on the inside. Turner's going right through the middle. King, 717, Roscoe Flaw. Oh, this could be an interesting final. Again, the top 2 in the championship, not in the top 5. At least so far, right off the start, in the Pro Rockstar. Taylor number 863, Zach Mason, the winner of every qualifier, and he's out front again in the Pro White Sox final. Number 82, Mitch O'Shea, Bob Paulers, Advanced Roofing and Renegade Fuels. So far having a couple of rough sections are qualifying to be in the final, and he's holding on to second place as he launches his Paulers up in second place. Number 18, Mitchell Kinney out of Stouffville.
Along with glorious sounds of
it is in third place as a privateer racer.
You want to get your tickets before they do so.
59 Turner, 602 Holmes.
3 rides all set to
Then right behind Holmes, keep an eye. Brandon Bradbury, he's running about 6th position. Jacob Gervais, number 151 of the players, is in 7th place in this final. Mason, Shea, King, your top 3. Jacob Roscoe Bond, Turner running in the top 5. Followed by Holmes in 6th. Number 22, Brandon Bradbury. Followed by number 151, Jacob Gervais. Still leading the 637, Mitch McNair out of Bridge, Ontario. Yeah, moving up through the outside, trying to move up through the back. He's running about three-quarter pack in the Pro Light Stock Final. 2 races to go for the day after this. The Sport 600 coming up on the line. In the Pro Open Final.
Get personalized service and advice from your Barrie Allstate agency at 421 Green Drive.
Yeah, it looks like the battle for second place starting to heat up. Coming down through the Rockstar Rollers. Number 18, Mitchell King, the Barrie with Snowcross, Ontario. They're starting to move on as they come down into the first class. Still, Zach Mason, number 863, from Gaylord, Michigan. Coming out, he started off in Sault Ste. Marie. Can take it all the wins out here in Chickadee last weekend, and is out front again, holding on a comfortable lead over Shea. Then number 82. 18 King trying to grab her to the inside. Turner getting a helmet full of ribs, and he's got number 59. Billy Turner from Master Lake Bench, 139 designs, holding on to 4th place in this final.
26,295, including $10,000 in cash discounts. The 7-day sales event held over in all lanes March 31st. See your Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram retailer for details.
This is starting to move up a little bit. Looks like Brandon Bradbury has made up over 2 or 3 positions. Dead and getting by Ben Holmes. And again, with 2 of the racers. Now, Jacob Gervais still stuck down about 7th place. Again, that could set things up. Then it may not be enough to make up the total points, but tomorrow, the final day for the Take Home Fire and Ice National Snowcross, and it could be setting it up for the championship. Keep an eye, number 22, Brandon Bradbury, 2nd in the championship points. Jacob Gervais, number 151, back at about 7th place, plus 22, Brandon Bradbury. Putting the push on, trying to get every position he can.
Caravan, Wrangler, Ram trucks, and
A63 bringing out the twin stick. Zach Mason from Gaylord, Michigan. Huge lead. 2 laps up to go. That's it. Just 2 laps up to go in the Pro Light Stock class. 82. Mitchell King. Sean King. Again right behind. Turner's racing in 4. Roscoe Fong is in the top 5. 603 Holmes. Get back up on the outside. This time it's going to be Gervais. Can't get away a bit of luck. 22 obviously having problems out here on the course.
we're chasing our pleasures here. Dug our treasures there. Still we call, time to climb. Bring on down to the other side. Bring on to the other side.
Leaders coming down through the Rockstar Rollers. Down through the switchback, and Polaris grabbing a huge hit. And it's going to be number 863, Zach Mason. Getting out front, heading for the white flag. Battle for second place on number 82. That's going to be Mitchell Shea from Hunterston, Ontario. King is still holding on to 3rd spot. Turner's up here in 4th. Roscoe Fong is in the top 5. Holmes is racing in 6. Gervais in 7. 211. Blake Taylor then is in about 9th place, followed by 127. Derek Stappenberg. Followed by 23 and number 637. That's Mitch McNair. Then just outside the top 10 in the Pro Light Stock class. 22, who is moving up. Then just at the tail end with the white flag out. Looks like he's trying to get by number 779, Tyler Billings. That's going to open up the points lead a little bit more. Then for Jacob Gervais. But tomorrow's a whole new day. Anything can happen. Brandon Bradbury having one of those weekends so far just might have a turnaround overnight. He's still a chance. He ain't grabbed 2 more corners to go. Checker flag is
let's go catch up with Zach Mason, our Pro Light winner.
All right, everyone, I'm here with Zach Mason, our Pro Light winner today. So, Zach, why don't you tell us a little bit about this track? It's obviously a treacherous track, real fast, sketchy.
Yeah, it's really fast, and the downhills developed a lot of braking bumps, so it's really, really sketchy. You know, we kind of got to, it keeps us on our toes, you know, getting down it. It's quite a bit of techniques for sure.
So what do you think helped get you to that #1 spot today?
Just a good start. I struggled with starts a little bit here last night, and I just, you know, finally I was on the light a lot better and just hooked up and had good starts.
Right on. Well, there's obviously a lot of people backing you up this year, and it is the season finale, so why don't you give a little bit of love to all those sponsors?
Yeah, I just can't thank Trace and Wendy from Layton Motorsports. Give me an opportunity to come out here, take a sled and come out here, and Ben Hayes and Junior from Polaris. They've helped us out so much this year, and Ben's had my walker oven shocks working great, and Amsoil, Bully Dog, Real Cameras, Fly Racing, Stud Boy, just so many people behind the scenes that, you know, Bad Endorsement, CNA Pro, Skis, 999 Optics, just everyone. I can't thank them enough.
You know, out of anyone I've interviewed, I think you're the only one that remembered all of his sponsors. But anyways, Zach Mason here, Pro Light winner today.
And already the pros are out scoping out the track, and we even have some guys already lined up in staging, and we're going to be ready to go right after this quick commercial break.
As certain as the sun rises and sets around the world, OTS FF Group is dedicated to providing flexible, comprehensive, and reliable transportation solutions. Air transportation, ground transportation, and ocean freight, we offer innovative and custom-built packages specifically designed to meet your transportation needs. OTS FF Group has been keeping shipments moving globally for nearly 2 decades. OTS FF Group, flexible logistics services designed for you.
All right, we're jumping into the final race of the day here for day 2 at Horseshoe Valley with the Pro Opens. Now, these guys are going to be flying around this track as they take off down the straightaway here. And it's going to be Logan Christian and Dave Jonas jumping out front. So these guys are running 1-2 teammates now. And Jonas holding down that second spot. Everyone's kind of bunching up, coming around the corner here. Logan takes off, starts to make his way out and gap out of the front of the pack. Hayden's sitting back about 6th right now. So we're going to see these guys carrying tremendous speed around this track. It's a super fast track for them. I mean, most people are on the brakes when they're coming down through the Rockstar rollers, but these guys are going to be pinning it. And then we got Lee Butler over on his side here. Lee's going to just wait, check up, let everyone go by, and then he's going to flip his sled back over and make his way back around the track here. So coming back down through the Rockstar rollers here, we got Logan and Jonas just kind of flying down through the track here, making short work of it. These guys running 1 and 2, both running on the Articat sleds. They've been both racing down in the ISOC series down south, but you know, making a little bit more of a debut coming up here to Canada and racing back. Jonas did race up here quite often. It's nice to see him back and, you know, running in some laps and showing some experience that he has picked up from the ISOC series. So as we come around for our first lap here, we got Logan and Jonas kind of just setting the pace, taking off a little bit of ways away from the rest of the pack here. And everyone else is just, it's getting really narrowed out, thinned out to one line. So these guys are already off the front straightaway there. We got Colby Crapo, Ian Hayden, and it looks like Robertson kind of making their way up. All for that 3rd position now. Logan comes back out of the corner, sees the rest of his competition kind of coming up. But Dave Jonas goes off the track and he's got to go around the back of the berm. And that's going to make that fight for the 3rd spot with those 3 riders between Hayden, Crapo, and Robertson. They're going to sneak on by, but Logan's going to start running away with his victory here. So we got Crapo, Hayden, Jonas, and Robertson all in the top 5 here. Really close race between the 2nd to 5th place racer here. But you can see Logan's just running away with this. Coming down through the Rockstar rollers, full pin to the bar, and just going to be heading right on down into these hairpin 180 turns. Come around down to the bottom of the hill, shoot back up, and start making your way back down. But it's a comfortable lead for him because he's got plenty of time to go over short, see where everyone is. Hayden's getting up behind Crapo there, kind of showing, you know, here I am, better make some way for me to come through. So we're going to keep a close eye on the battle for 2nd, because I'm sure Jonas is now going to be frustrated. He's going to be riding with a lot more aggression now because he knows he was sitting in second. He had Logan in his sights, and now he's got to catch up. So we're going to be watching these guys just get, start throwing down some fast laps. Going to be battling, and you can see just the amount of speed that these guys are carrying down through this front straight section is just, it's immense. It's super fast, and these sleds are all running amazing. So always a great thrill to watch all these pro riders go on the modded out sleds. And here we go. We got Hayden starting to, make up some ground here on Crapo. He's going to start sticking his nose in on the inside on some of these corners, just say, hey, here I am. So we're going to keep watching this. And Jonas is, now he's starting to square up some turns. He's making up some crazy amount of ground here. Jonas is going to go square up on the inside. He's right beside Hayden. We're going to see them go through the bush here. And Jonas and Hayden get together. Crapo goes around the outside clean, but Jonas is off. Hayden is off. I'm sure that's frustrating for both the riders, as Jonas has already gone off the track once and made one bad mistake. Now he's got to deal with this, getting his sled fired back up and getting back into the racing time. Hayden, I couldn't even speak words of what would be going through Hayden's mind right now, because I'm sure he had that line locked coming into that corner, but without the camera footage, we're not going to be sure exactly what happened there. So we're just going to have to wait and hear from the podium exactly what happened from Jonas, Crapo, and Hayden. But Logan's just run away with his victory now. He's got a huge comfortable gap, a huge cushion. We see Dylan Hall kind of catching up to Robertson there for the 5th spot. Dylan Hall always running good, always looking strong, a really great rider. And we'll just keep a close eye on that for the battle for 5th. Logan just looking real good out here, making short work of this track. Kind of jumping in, he jumps into the ruts and launches out of them into the corners. Crapo, he's got his back little flap tucked up into the back of his sled there. That must be from when all the collision happened on that last lap there. And we got Robertson and Hall both making their way up the track here as well. And Hall's just, he's got him in his sights. He's going to just look for a clean line around him just to get around him. Make sure that we don't have any repeats of that last lap accident. So Logan coming back down here, shooting back up from the 180. Just enough things can't be said about this guy. He's been looking good, comfortable. Moto 1, Moto 2 looked like he was playing around with his lines a lot, kind of switching back and forth on the track. But just looking real smooth, real consistent, and that's what every rider wants. You don't want to be all over the track. You want to be figuring out your lines and just holding the bar down. And here he comes around he's already around for his last lap, so he's just gonna finish this one off, and just with a really nice, comfortable victory. So Kobe, I don't think he's gonna be able to reel him in, but it should help out for his points for the overall. And we're just going to have to keep a close eye on that, because it comes down to that battle for second, because as far as we know, Hayden's pretty much got the series locked up with his points. And Logan's coming back up through the hill here, jumps back into those ruts, launches up to the corner, squares it up, and then just takes right back off. So, I mean, making that Arctic Cat looking real nice. And unless something catastrophic happens in that motor, there is no way that Logan's going to lose this race. So Kobe's kind of squaring up for second place right now. But it's going to be that battle for third that becomes quite interesting, because we know it was Robertson and Hall. We're both kind of battling back and forth, side by side. And we're just going to have to wait and see who comes out on top with that finish. So we got Logan coming up here to his 3rd last turn. He's going to head right on down into that Amwell. It's almost like a ski jump ramp, because these guys are just hitting it off, shooting over the hill and landing on the back side of the hill, carrying their speed and momentum into that bottom corner. So one more turn to go for Logan, and as you can see, there is no one around him, and he's going to bring it on home for the victory here at Horseshoe, throwing down a huge whip. After tossing out that sick whip, we're going to catch up with Logan Christian down at the podium.
All right, everybody, I'm here with our Pro Open winner today, Logan Christian, number 43. Looking good out there today. Fast track. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a little faster than the ISOC tracks I'm used to, a little bit longer, but it's fun. Makes there some different racing, and makes you find different lines, and kind of shows the talent.
Now, obviously, we haven't seen you up here that much, but I mean, what got you up here to the CSRA this weekend?
One of our new main sponsors, Royal Distributing, they were just 10 minutes away from that last race, so we went up there and hung out with them and did that one, and we figured we may as well stay for this one. And so all the guys at Royal and my new teammate Dave, being a Canadian and trying to do what he grew up on, it was fun to come up here, and that's kind of what made that overall decision.
Right on. Well, obviously you got a lot of people backing you up, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your sponsors?
Yeah, we got an awesome crew. My mechanic, Betsy, Ethan, Brian, Carver, and our shot guy and Brian getting the truck here. My dad has been a big part of it. I mean, it's my dad and my uncle's team, Stuart. And we got a lot of great sponsors. Articat, Virus, Speedworks, Drift Racing, our gear, Troy Lee Designs helmets, CTI, Scott goggles. I mean, there's a lot of them. Some I'm forgetting. Royal Distributing. I mean, everybody. There's so many people backing up every rig out here that it's tough to remember all of them.
Hey, that's all right. Okay, everyone, keep an eye out for the number 43 Logan Christian tomorrow.
All right, everybody, that wraps up day 2 of the season finale for the CSRA.
Yeah, we had an awesome day here at Horseshoe Valley. A lot of highlights, a lot of ups and downs. We're going to be looking forward to tomorrow and all the racing action.
Stay tuned.